really impressed me. I remember one time we went to Moore, Oklahoma, out of Oklahoma City, to do a preacher workshop. And some of William's former Greek students couldn't believe the sense of humor the man had. They said, well, he wasn't like that in Greek. You know, he's kind of like Pharaoh, or you salute the whole business. And they saw him in a totally different light. And William, I'll tell you about William. When he got tickled, now I mean really tickled, the ball game was over. It's kind of like Brother Franklin Camp. Did any of you know Brother Franklin Camp? I was with I led singing for Brother Camp in a meeting in Pulaski back in 1954. And we were in a home and Brother Camp told something and got us tickled. Well, it was over for him. And unfortunately, they sat me on the other side of the table from him. And if I just looked over at him, he would get red in the face and just struggle, not just to break up laughing. Well, I went down to East Gadsden to do a meeting where he had been a preacher, and they broadcast their evening services. And they said one Sunday night, Brother Melvin Blessing, great song leader, great tenor singer. Brother Melvin was leading singer. He and Brother Camp were best of friends. Well, they were using Christian Hymns #2. If you remember the song, The Great Physician in Christian Hymns #2, was a 2-line song with a chorus up on the other side of the page. And Brother Camp later told me about it. He said there was really nothing to it to get me so tickled. But he said when Melvin came for the third stanza, he got mixed up and he took the second part of that line. And he said, I wondered, what is he going to do? So when he got to the end of it, he just went back to the top part of it. Totally reversed it. Brother Camp got so tickled. And they were on the radio. He couldn't even preach. He'd try, and he would just break up. They had to end up with some singing and Bible reading. William was like that. I mean, when he really got tickled, he'd get tickled at something, and I'd be lecturing along, and he would get tickled at something that I would say, and 5 minutes later, if I just glanced over there, he is still after it. He is still breaking up. And his former Greek students couldn't believe that man had that sense of humor. I called him one day, and I said, I forget where we were supposed to go or something, but anyway, I called him, and right before we got through, I said, William, there were 3 animals that were having a serious debate. One was a hawk, and one was a lion, and one was a polecat. And the hawk allowed that he was the strongest creature on earth. He said, I can sweep down with my talons and I can pick up a creature heavier than I am and fly over it. And the lion said, you're crazy. I'm known as the king of the jungle. There's no creature stronger than I am. And the polecat said, you guys amaze me. With one little flick of my tail, I can send both of you running. About that time, a big grizzly bear walked out and stopped the debate. He swallowed all 3 of them, hawk, lion, and stinker. William got tickled. William got very tickled. And he was still laughing when I said, well, I guess I better go. He said, I got to go tell Gene that one. It was a delight to be with William. And I can tell you, in all of the years that we worked together, we never had an argument. We never had a cross word. I mean, I'm sure there were things that I did he didn't like. And he may have done some things that I thought could have been done differently. But I respected him. I respected his intelligence. And I always felt real secure. If somebody's going to raise some question about a Greek nuance, he could take care of it. Now, all of you from days gone by know this to be a fact. Sometimes in answering a question, William would tell you a whole lot more than you really wanted to know. Kind of like the man sitting in the den when his little boy came in to ask him a question. And the dad said, go ask your mom about it. He said, I don't know that much about it. So there were times with William, boy, he could go, I've been with him. You know, we'd have all these questions come in. We never get 2 questions because he'd spend all the time on one question. And, but that, when he got through with it, you know, he pretty well explored every facet of it. And I shall always have good memories of this man and always be grateful that he was my brother. Amen. And I told people when William died, I had done one of my brother's funeral, blood brother, first of the year up in Athens, Alabama. And I said, you know, my emotions got like when my old brother died. Because I said, I spent more time with William than I did my own brother. And, but, you know, when you think about that eternal glory, and at times I catch myself thinking, I need to call William about something. And then it hits me. No, won't do that. But the great anticipation that we all can be in God's eternal glory one day and no sad farewells. Joy.